I'm Cape Joel, and this is Comic Smack, your weekly, daily, all the time, anytime comic show where I give you your fix of everything you need to know from the world of comics and superheroes. And on today's show, we are taking a closer look at The Punisher, issue number 223. Has Frank Castle accidentally started a nuclear war? Well, let's hop on in together and find out, shall we? Okay then, so picking up from where the last issue left off, after hammering Chernayan dictator Petrov into firing a nuclear missile at the United States, it seems that the only hope to stave off Armageddon is the Punisher. The first hurdle is of course going to be catching the speeding missile. The Punisher is only able to do this by dropping the weapon systems and any excess armor from his Warmachine suit. A nice visual metaphor that reminds us Frank is the sort of hero who's not afraid to make a lot of sacrifices, put himself in harm's way, and show that at the end of the day he only saw the suit as a tool and nothing more. At great personal risk to himself, the Punisher grabs the nuclear payload, and this is where the fun really starts to begin. He starts threatening Petrov's goons with fear of nuclear death. And I mean, hey, if this were Spider-Man or Captain America, you know full well he's not gonna nuke everyone to make a point. With Frank Castle, he might very well nuke everyone to make a point. It's here Nick Fury is forced to step in a very clever bit of writing. We see that the former head of S.H.I.E.L.D. just didn't turn the Punisher loose willy-nilly with his own murder suit. He was sure to put a failsafe in case of just a situation like this one. This EMP device not only cripples Frank's Warmachine suit, but it does the same for the turncoat S.H.I.E.L.D. agents who are currently serving Petrov. This means as we go into the final battle, the playing field is nice and even. Well, you know, I say nice and even, but as Frank so eloquently puts it in this issue, sure, you guys might be trained by S.H.I.E.L.D., but you forget S.H.I.E.L.D. is dead, and soon you will be too. But it's not the henchman that the Punisher is after. This fight has always been with Petrov, and wouldn't you know it, he saved an ace up his sleeve for just this battle, his own Warmachine suit. This means to save the day, Frank will need to overcome one of the very tools that he himself was using during his current war-fighting crusade, and he does it pretty well. Again, this battle plays into the bigger theme of what Frank has been trying to get across all arc long, and that is it doesn't matter the weapon, it matters the type of soldier that's wielding it. It also totally helps that bouncing around in an Iron Man armor for the last couple issues has given Frank Castle a particular insight into where exactly the suits are at their weakest. In the end, the Punisher is ultimately able to overcome his foe and free Chernaya from Petrov's control. It's not a happy day for him, though. It rarely ever is for the Punisher. He's branded a terrorist by the international media. Nick Fury is steamed at Frank for disobeying orders, and worse still, he's now in the crosshairs of Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel, who you'll recall was in a relationship with Rhodey, the previous Warmachine, before his death. But hey, this is the Punisher we're talking about after all. He doesn't do what he does for kudos, he doesn't do it for pats on the back, he does it because someone needs to do it. Why he even ultimately decides that maybe he should hold on to the suit until they take it from him certainly makes his job of mowing down mafiosos that much easier, doesn't it? And that was Punisher number 223, everybody, and overall it was a surprisingly satisfying conclusion to what ended up being a really satisfying and surprising arc. Matthew Rosenberg and company definitely seemed to embrace the why the hell not theory of comic book writing. Did Frank Castle need a Warmachine suit? Of course not. Was it fun? Yeah. This story also opens us up to some really interesting avenues they could take in the future. The Punisher is getting bigger now. This suit is allowing him to grow beyond his street-level roots, and that's scaring the hell out of the superhero community, and with good reason too. As we saw in this very issue, he's not afraid to hold everyone hostage with a giant nuke if he feels that that's the right thing to do at the given moment. I also really dig Rosenberg bringing Captain Marvel into this story. After all, she loved Rhodes when he was alive, and the Punisher has essentially stolen his suit and is running around in his identity. Punisher is kinda sorta looking to redeem himself for choices he made during Secret Empire, just as Captain Marvel is looking to redeem herself for choices she made during Civil War too. They end up kinda being interesting foils for each other. Overall, I'd give this one an 8 out of 10. It was a good time, and I'm interested to see where it goes from here. So that's The Punisher, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, be sure to take a closer look at some of the other videos I have on offer. Then be sure to follow me on Twitter and Facebook at Cape Joel so you're always up to date on what I'm doing next. And hey, before I leave you, if you're feeling in a supportive mood, please check out my Patreon link down in the description. Patrons get exclusive access to videos and content before anyone else, and you can do so for as little as $1 a month. So until next time, everyone, this has been Cape Joel. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and I'll see you all again later. Bye-bye.